Hey guys, Laz here, and today we are taking a look at the Studio Series Transformers ONE Optimus Prime. Now, as of recording this, I haven't seen the movie yet. I know it just got released, so yeah, don't worry, everything's okay. I will see the movie eventually at some point, but for now, I'm not going to talk about the movie just because I haven't really seen it yet. However, this toy is pretty good. Let's take a look at the box real quick. Got some little promo art of Optimus here. I think they're trying... I remember a big thing I'll point out about this later is that I think they're trying to match this look, and it probably didn't come out too well for some. But yeah, he's a pretty simple figure, pretty easy to transform, all things considered. But yeah. Okay. Okay, let's lower it down. Take a look. Got the little wheels working here. And yeah, no, details on this guy is pretty nice to look at. The colors are a little like muted almost, but I don't think that personally I don't think that takes away from the figure and how everything comes together essentially. I saw this initially on videos and it's like it looks kind of like a mixed bag, but once I got my hands on him though, I can say that okay, I'll take these comments back. This is actually a pretty decent figure, all things considered. Some parts I do like, some parts I don't like. I will explain that later on. However, while we are here, let's do some quick vehicle mode comparisons. Starting with starting with B-127 from the Bumblebee movie, not B-127 from Transformers ONE. The figure's not out yet, as far as I'm aware. At least the Studio Series version is not out. While we're here, let's also bring a Gamer Edition Sideswipe. Looks pretty good, honestly. This red is more vibrant though, and just because it's Cybertronian technically, and this would be the last scale comparison. Yeah, Windblade, Legacy Windblade to be specific. Too bad she doesn't have rolling wheels. While we are still here in vehicle mode, let's talk about a little bit of weapon storage or accessory storage, because one of them kind of plays a part. So this little cannon doohickey thing just becomes part of the backpack and robot mode, but it serves a purpose here in truck mode. It's kind of the main thing about it. There are two tiny little slots right here, and these long tabs will go in there. Make sure you orient it like this so that it doesn't impede the rolling gimmick. So just kind of want to plug those in together like so, as much as you can. And yeah, he still rolls very nicely even with this on, and now he's got like extra little cannons. I think these are more blast effect compatible than these, because these are just too thick. And we also got to talk about, while we're here, his Energon Axe storage. You kind of have to undo a little bit of the transformation, just this little part. Excuse me, trying not to sneeze. And there's going to be two like slots in the knees, and that's where these big old tabs will go. So just got to kind of secure it in place like so, and then just get everything together. Make sure everything sits, and there you go. Now some of the parts are going to come undone. One of the things I don't like is that some of the tabs just don't hold, especially these little posts right here, because the fists are supposed to go onto them, but they don't fully click, and sometimes these little tabs come undone. But other than that, if you just finagle with it, you can get it to work. You can get it to stick. With everything on, he still rolls really nicely. I've got no complaints with the rollage. It's really good. It's really good. Wait. Not like that. Okay, that's better than nothing. Alright, let's get another transformation. Whoa. Hey guys, editing Laz in the future here. I forgot to do a thing for the truck mode. And it's just this. yeah, I forgot to do that. You're gonna see it. You probably already you're gonna see it in the beginning, in the quote-unquote beginning of the video where I start the review. Yeah, you're gonna see that these things were left in the configuration for robot mode. Yeah, just ignore that. I forgot to turn the smokestacks when they should have been turned for truck mode. Oh well. It looked like 4 blasters, so maybe that's why I left it. I don't know. I recorded that weeks ago at this point. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video, and we'll just let it go from there.
Are in danger. To save them and the galaxy, we must find the 4 cyber planet keys before the Decepticons can use them for evil. It is our mission. Hotshot, Jetfire, Vector Prime, Landmine, Scattershot, Optimus Prime, Transform and roll out! Transformers Autobots, Decepticons! Go! Transformers, robots in disguise! Transformers! Transformers! Go! The Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Our worlds are in danger. To save them and the galaxy, we must find the 4 cyber planet keys before the Decepticons can use them for evil. It is our mission. Hotshot, Jetfire, Vector Prime, Landmine, Scattershot, Optimus Prime, Transform and roll out! Transformers, Autobots, Decepticons! Go! Transformers, robots in disguise! Transformers! Transformers! Go! Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Alright, and we are in robot mode finally for Optimus Prime. Yeah, no, that transformation was pretty simple. I didn't have any issues like I did with, you probably noticed with the previous Optimus Prime I reviewed, the previous Transformers 1. This one feels a lot smoother to transform, in my opinion. Definitely this one didn't give me carpal tunnel. Yeah, I have my reservations of that tiny guy. Oops. Let me just make sure everything's secure. But yeah, I definitely have my reservations with that one. However, I do have some like critiques about this figure as well. One of them being his if I can, there you go, his diaper. I just put it down. It hinders articulation a little bit, but I don't like the fact it's one solid piece. Everything else is fine. Everything else, we're good. Everything else is, yeah. I said that too much. But yeah, details, everything you see on the truck, or it's on the truck mode, you can kind of see it here. But now with a more detailed head, I like it more than the official, than the, not the, I'm not saying this is a third party. I like it more than the main line. I like the Studio Series more than the main line, in my opinion. I like how everything looks more cohesive. I love that the legs are actually not just static bricks. One critique I've noticed on the internet with this guy is that the paint looks, it looks pre-yellowed, as some would say. I think at least per the box, they're trying to go for a more like rusted look, like it's worn. Like he's not shiny, and my camera and the current lighting I have makes it look like it's decent. But I have seen the criticism regarding the paint, and honestly, he looks fine. Like, I can tell what they're trying to go for, and I think they did a decent job with it. Could they have done better? Well, yeah, obviously. But A, this is a deluxe class, and B, with what they did so far, at least so far what I've seen with this figure, and then compared to the other ones that are coming out in the future, I think they did it the best on here. I'll have to get Megatron, I'll have to get Bumblebee, I'll have to get Sentinel, all those guys, and a later one, just to see if the paint still holds up, because at least on my copy, it's pretty good. The paint's pretty good. One thing I've noticed with my reviews is that I tend to get figures where there's said to be a lot of issues, yet I don't experience any of them. I'm just gonna chop that up to luck. I'm just gonna chop that up to luck at this point. So far, nothing's been bad. I'm kind of nervous of one figure. I'll show you at the end of the video, but let's go over, well, not articulation first. Let's go over a little bit of storage. So here in the back, you've got two little tabs right there. They are very hard to see. There you go. You kind of see it better. That's where these tiny little slots right here, right above the pegs, that's where those connect to. And how do you do it? Well, you just go like this, and then just tab and slot, tab and slot. And because of the size, it's admittedly a kind of loose connection. Like, not loose in the sense that it's gonna fall off, but like, if I don't screw it up on camera, there you go. Like, it's solid, but then I can easily knock it off is a thing, which is kind of unfortunate. But I do like how it kind of looks like a tiny jetpack of sorts. And yeah, no, it doesn't hinder the silhouette a bit. Dude's supposed to look like robust and thick. And yeah, I think this is one of my favorite head sculpts, though. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of my favorite head sculpts of Prime. And I like Galaxy Force of Cybertron the best. But that's just my childhood nostalgia kicking in and becoming a big bias. But yeah. Alright, without further ado, let's finally tackle articulation. Something I've been kind of meaning to do. Do the transformation, you got a little neck plate going on here. But the head itself is on a ball joint. So you can look pretty high up because of the way it's designed. You can go full 360, no problem. Can even tilt the head a little bit side to side. Up and down, of course. Smokestacks can rotate. They're on a 5mm port. Pretty snug on mine. I've heard that these are very loose on other people's copies. At least some of them. But mine are pretty tight. And not tight to where I feel like I might break it, but like, oh, they're not gonna fall off. Dear God, the mainline one, I'm starting to, okay. Yeah, the mainline one, the smokestacks fell off, but that was because you can use them as guns. Shoulder joints, you got this working out right here. Traditional 360. Even if it knocks some things, and if it has some things on the way, you can use a butterfly joint. You can make use of this joint right here, like that. Like, that is definitely usable. It looks kind of ugly, but you can use it. You get bicep rotation. arms bend at a slightly over 90-degree angle, or, well, yeah, slightly. Like 90 point something, and then, yeah. The wrists are on those mushroom pegs, so you can swing them around, no problem. And there are little slots in the hands. I'll show you that in a little bit. You've got, with moving this out of the way, because I don't want to knock, but excuse me, I don't want to knock that out. Let me just put his arms out. You can do waist rotation, though it's above the waist. It's at the ab. It's like an ab rotation. You can move the diaper up. You can move the old man diaper up, and then his thighs are on ball joints. So you kick out that far, back out that far, which is impressive. Give me a moment. Okay, we're back. I almost spat on my screen. We've got splits. You can, essentially, it is all the way out. You've got sort of thigh swivel. Not really. It's just on the ball joint right there. But you also got above the knee swivels. Knee bend is over 90 degrees. It's a single joint. It's a very smooth joint. I like that. For transformation purposes, you can move the feet down. Although you can make it work in robot mode too. And like this, they normally click, and then you can take it out. Same thing with the ankles. It's usually a click, but you got some insane ankle pivot by doing that. I like to keep them not pegged in, but not too like out there. And then bam, bam. Bro looks good. Honestly though, like I wasn't impressed when I saw this figure on video. On different videos. Having him in my hands has completely changed that opinion. It has completely changed. It's like it did a full 180 of my thoughts on this figure. I honestly enjoy it. Just want to make sure he's not crooked. There we go. There we go. Good. Okay, so while we're here, let's talk about a little gimmick that he's got going on. You can kind of see it in here already, but if you flip this open, you can, though it's kind of small, you can just, Jesus Christ. Okay, let me see if I can pry it out a little bit. Come on. There we go. There we go, we got it. Okay, it's on a peg right there, and this is the little matrix. Of course, you can have him hold it. His hands have little slots in them to make it so that he can hold it, and you can kind of recreate that little scene. And that's where the butterfly joints come in. There you go. There you go. And with his arms out like so, you can just make use of the slots. There's a slot in his hands on each fist. There's little tabs on the matrix, so you can just plug it in correctly. Okay, there you go. And for the finishing touch, up. It is hard to do this when a camera is in front of you. It is very difficult to do this when the camera's in front of you and you're trying to do a review. Uh-oh. Darn it. You get to watch me struggle for an uncomfortable amount of time as I try to make this a little bit perfect. Or at least look good. Okay. We're almost there. It's just rough. Alright. Almost. Give me a second. Alright, we did it. We did it. He can hold the matrix. He can hold the matrix. Looks good. Not a size comparison, but I just want to show you the difference between the mainline version and the Studio Series version. Oh god. He almost fell forward. But yeah. So you can see the idea here. This one is slightly better executed just because it's in the actual hands, but it also means the handles are incomplete, so I might go with this one, honestly. Though this one does look pretty good. This one does look pretty good, all things considered. And if I had to keep one of them in truck mode, it might be this guy, because this one's more fun to play with in robot mode. On another note, let's quickly go over accessories before we get the size comparison. In either hand, it's just a port. You can put the Energon accent. I am one who likes the bladed weapons on the left hand, because taking the gun from the Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie, just give him a gun, and then you can start blasting away at Decepticons. You know, gotta stop Megatron from doing whatever he's gonna do. Yeah, no, nothing much else. The Energon Axe is a pretty good accessory, all things considered. I do like how it's blue. Even on the trailer, it had orange with blue highlights. Although I do like the blue look of it. There's a pure energetic blue. And yeah. I think for size comparison, we're going to start with the mainline equivalent to this Prime. You can kind of tell the size difference immediately between the two. This is a good figure, though it gave me carpal tunnel. If I had to choose between the two, if you're only going to get one, I'd say Studio Series, you can find him. He is a good pick alternatively. I will say that now. Next size comparison will actually be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Orion Pax. Yeah. This dude is like super chunky. That's like supposed to be IDW-esque. And this is a retool of the Gamer Edition. I do like how this guy looks bulky, but not like fat. He doesn't look fat. He looks like he's pretty bulky. Alright, the next size comparison is a custom that was sent to me a while back. The Cybertron design-based Optimus Prime. This is the Galaxy upgrade, but customized to where the person I bought this from modified the ears to push them back. It's supposed to be like the non-transformed mode, pretty much. Yeah, no, that's quite the difference in size. Alright, next up for size comparison, we have the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, which was the last Transformers movie before Transformers ONE. This is the Bioway KO version anyways. Looks really nice with this Prime. I love how he looks small and he becomes bigger with time. I kind of like that dynamic more than, you know, this being the bulky one he kind of loses weight. I kind of like to think, oh, he was a slim bot because in Cybertron they don't have to be all bulky. They don't have to transform into earthen vehicles. Or this one, he has to really adjust to the bulk. He looks like he's older. He looks like he's grown up compared to this. Honestly, looks sick. And finally, for the final size comparison, we got the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Kind of how it's supposed to be. How he goes from this Cybertronian look to how he started off in G1. Honestly, though, it's a pretty good look. The colors are, well, at least the legs are kind of similar. The blues are similar. Red is sort of similar. The silver and gray, no. But who knows? This is the only Earthrise Optimus I got. I don't have the official. I don't have the normal version. This is a Netflix one, but this does a pretty good job to represent G1 and how this came from this in a sense. Yeah. Alright, and that is it for this video. That sounds so generic, but yeah, that's all I gotta say for this review. This figure overall is pretty fantastic. I was genuinely surprised by I can't English. I was genuinely surprised by how good this figure is, concerning everything that I've heard about it. And I'm glad I had a good experience with this figure, honestly. Again, I recommend it over this guy, partially due to my personal bias of this dude giving me carpal tunnel to hell and back, but also just because he's a lot more posable. You can pull this off, and it looks really good too. All things considered, I'd recommend getting this figure if you can find it, or if you can get your hands on it, or if you're one of those lucky people that got officially supported by Hasbro. They got them. They got the Studio Series Megatron. I'm kind of jealous. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all the usual YouTube jargon garbage that we gotta say to get on the algorithm. But yeah, no, this figure's sick. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah, I did say I was gonna show you what will be the next video after this one. This was kind of spooky. Fitting for the month of October because I'm spooked out and terrified of the quality control. From what I've heard anyways. See you on the next one.